గ్లోబల్ సమిట్ లో భాగంగా మాజీ గవర్నర్ దువ్వూరి సుబ్బారావు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు దానికి సంబంధించి లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
Lost in numbers in interest rate, money supply, inflation, exchange rate, but you will forget that there are real people behind that. Now I was in the process of shifting from Delhi to Mumbai. About 30 seconds after I left the PM's office, that advice went out of my head. But as I started working in the RBI, that the purport of the Prime Minister's advice struck me. Because the primary responsibility of the Reserve Bank is to maintain price stability, low and steady inflation. Inflation is a regressive tax. Growing up in a low middle class family, I saw my parents struggle to put all of us through, and all of you saw this. So what the Prime Minister was telling me really is that whatever you're doing, remember the last people, because inflation hurts poor people more than it hurts well-off people. This shirt, if it cost 2,000 rupees last month, and if I go to buy this today, it costs 2,200 rupees, I wouldn't even notice it. But poor people, if the bus ticket goes up from 22 to 24 rupees, if the price of rice goes from 40 to 44 rupees, they notice that. So one thing as we implement the Telangana Rising document is to remember the people of Telangana. The last thing, I've spoken for longer than my time, but Chief Minister, sir, you said yesterday and you said today that Telangana is unstoppable. I also want to say that Telangana is unbeatable, okay? And John F. Kennedy said that, he gave a goal, moonshot goal, that we must get onto the moon, not because it is easy, but because it's difficult. So the Telangana Rising document, implementing that is not because it's easy, but it's going to be difficult. And 10 years from now, somewhere in the world, 10 years from now, sir, somewhere in the world, just like you said yesterday, Gyeongdong model, 10 years from now, somewhere in the world, somebody will say, we want to follow the Telangana model. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. As a person who have walked at least part of my path in your footsteps, I am also an IIT Kanpur alumni like you, and then joined the civil services, and I've been finance secretary, blessed to be finance secretary, sir. It was music to my ears, what you are told, sir. Now, I would request Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Sri Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka Garu, to kindly address the gathering.
Sri Revant Reddy Garu, Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Sri Suman Berry Garu, Vice Chairperson Niti Ayog, and all the Honorable Cabinet Ministers, legislators, chairmen, and advisors of the government, and Sri Ananda Mahendra Garu, Sri Duvuri Subbarao Garu, Dr. Raghuram Rajan Garu, and Sri K. Ramakrishna Rao Garu, Chief Secretary, Professor Karthik Muralidharan Garu, and Sri Chiranjeevi Garu, Megastar, Shantan Narayan Garu, Chairman CEO Adobe, and all the participants of today's evening Telangana Rising 2047 Vision Document Release Function. Andarki Namaskaram. After a day and a half of the summit, I hope you saw the natural hospitality that Telangana is known for it. Hospitality is indeed our philosophy. Before I go further, I want to express heartfelt gratitude for the truly participative spirit in which the Telangana Rising 2047 vision was crafted. This was not the work of a few minds behind closed doors. It was a collective effort shaped by the wisdom and aspirations of a vast and diverse set of contributors. Honorable ministers brought clarity of purpose, civil servants brought insight from the ground, thought leaders and academics lent intellectual depth, and most importantly, lakhs of citizens across Telangana and the country, farmers, youth, entrepreneurs, and everyday workers shared their hopes and ideas for our future. I also want to place on record my gratitude to Dr. Suman Berry here as the VC of Niti Aayog, who ensured that this document was brought to final conclusion, along with the CEO, other officials from Niti Aayog, as well as the team from ISB. Thank you, Dean Madan Pillutla and your team that has worked tirelessly to refine the detailed vision laid out in this document. I also wanted to assure Subbarao Garu the one or two words, two lines what he has expressed by saying growth has to be there, but it has to be inclusive growth. Of course, sir, this government's vision is, that's the main crux of our vision. Yes, definitely you will be seeing that in the document once after our Honorable Chief Minister releasing the document after the, after a few minutes. To all of you, thank you. This document belongs to all of us. I want to make one more important acknowledgement before I go further. At global summits, leaders are often accompanied by a Sherpa, not a literal guide, but a steady aspiration that helps navigate ambition and complexity. If this summit had a Sherpa, it was the spirit of resolve born from a historic decision, the one that gave Telangana its rightful identity. Today, on the birthday of Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, I take a moment, with your permission, since I know this is non-political forum, but to acknowledge the quiet power of that choice. Her courage did not just shape our past, it continues to guide the aspirations we are crafting today. Now into the event itself, I have been thinking about the word summit. I realize there are actually two kinds of summits. The first kind is exactly what it sounds like. It's a meeting where you take the contributions, you add the speeches, and you calculate the total. It is simple arithmetic. It is a kind where you can quite literally sum it. But then there is a second kind, the kind we experience today. There is a summit where you cannot sum it. Because what was created in all these halls is a greater than the sum of its parts, where every panel did not just add ideas, it multiplied possibilities, where the synergy is so genuine and unscripted that it defies simple math. This event was the second kind. We cannot just sum it up because the impact is infinite. Why? Because the thirst was real. Telangana has long had ambition, but what is lacked was a single, structured, forward-looking framework. And that matched the scale of our aspirations. This time, we did not just build a document, we built a platform. And across sessions, from capital pathways to agri-value chains, frontier tech forest economies, I saw people not just speaking, but committing. As someone who chaired 2 sessions on productivity and power, let me offer a brief reflection. In the power session, I saw a state eager to move from being an energy consumer to an energy creator, with green hydrogen, distributed renewables, and smart grids lighting the path. In the productivity discussion, I saw consensus that India's next leap will not come from more effort alone, but from smarter systems, digital public infrastructure, empowered workers, and output-linked innovation. We came to a memorable conclusion: capital plus innovation is equal to productivity. These are not abstract themes, they are Telangana's real advantage. And none of this came from a single department or one expert panel. The vision documents itself. And when we announced that, people thought it is impossible. But we wanted to make it very clear. Impossible things, we wanted to make it possible. That is what Telangana. We will do that. Telangana is having all kinds of natural resources, human resources, and talented technical human resources. The only one thing which is required is a simple goal and a commitment and a dream of achieving 2047 $3 economy, which the entire government of us under the leadership of Sri Revanth Reddy Garu and the entire cabinet is having that dream. We will definitely achieve it. We will show to the whole world. Thank you very much, and Jai Telangana and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Garu. Now I would request my colleague Jayesh to kindly introduce 2 sons of soil who have gone and achieved and are now heading world's famous companies. Jayesh.
Thank you very much, sir. As Chief Secretary pointed out, there are 4 important poster boys of Hyderabad: Mr. Ajay Banga, Mr. Satya Nadella, Mr. Shantanu Narayan, and Mr. Prem Vatsa. And from 1st January 2026, there will be a 5th one, Mr. Shailesh Jayjurkar, who will become the President and CEO of Procter & Gamble. So all these poster boys of Hyderabad still have very high regard for the state, for the city, for Honorable Chief Minister personally. And at our request, 2 of them have decided to come live and interact briefly with us, share their thoughts. So can the setup team please put Mr. Shantanu Narayan and Mr. Prem Vatsa. Hello. Shantanu, hi Prem, can you hear me? Is our audio good? Just give us a wave, great. So thank you very much. Shantanu, I know that it is 4:30 a.m. for you, so thanks for making this effort. I do hope that you will, by what we tell you about our state, This will give you lots of energy. You will be able to manage your rest of the day. Thank you, Prem, for joining us. So, Prem, we will start with you. You have seen the vision document, the executive summary of it. You today lead one of the biggest private investment firms, Fairfax. How optimistic are you about a state succeeding in all these promises, and what should companies like you do to support our vision further? Prem, a few words from you.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for that introduction. And Honorable Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, and my friends at that conference, good evening. I am very honored to join you with my good friend Shantanu, who's the CEO of Adobe and has an outstanding track record at Adobe. You introduced us from the Hyderabad Public School. We have Shantanu, we have Satya Nadella, and Ajay Banga, who I know. And Shantanu, you probably know a lot more people from the Hyderabad Public School. We're very honored to join you. And I grew up in Hyderabad, and in the Hyderabad Public School. My dad was the principal of the Hyderabad Public School, and I spent 3 years there, and they were the best years of my life. And because of that, I got an introduction to IIT Madras, Chennai, and I went there, and that was a terrific experience to me. I came to Canada in 1972 and learned a lot about business. I didn't know anything about business, learned a lot about business and investing. And 40 years ago, we began Fairfax Financial, 40 years ago. I recognize the sea change that took place when Mr. Modi got elected in 2014 with a business-friendly philosophy. We recognize that, and I've been investing in India for the last 35 years. I have said publicly that India is the greatest place, best country in the world to invest in. Best country to invest in for the long term, for the decades to come. And we've invested 10 billion in India, and we plan to double that. And I hope, Chief Minister, we were able to invest in Telangana, the state that I came from. And so it's really inspiring to hear about Telangana rising, 3 trillion economy, 10% of GDP in 2047, very, very inspirational. You wanted to have an investment magnet, you want to attract foreign investment, empower the people, empower the youth, the women, the farmers, very, very inspirational. I have witnessed in North America, like Shantanu and the others, the power of free enterprise, of business and capitalism. I'm a function of that. Shantanu is a beneficiary of that. There's no limit to economic growth, as many of you have said, in Telangana, if you follow those principles. Very simply, I was in Dubai for our 40th business anniversary of Fairfax Financial. And what a magnificent job they've done in the last 25 years, and I'm sure Telangana will do even better. But the principle that they've had is what is good for the merchant is good for Dubai. What is good for the merchant, what is good for business, is good for Telangana. And that's what you're doing. So the next 22 years, 2047, I pray that Telangana, under your leadership, Honorable Chief Minister, will do exceptionally well, and we will be an inspiration to everyone in India and also the world. So God bless you and the people of Telangana. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prem. That was very, very optimistic. Look forward to seeing you sometimes in Hyderabad. Over to you now, Shantanu. You also have a long, long association with Hyderabad. Incidentally, your parents still live here. So please share your thoughts. You are also a member of our advisory council constituted to help us draft the vision document and then in its implementation. So please tell us about your thoughts on this whole exercise of how we have created the vision and how do you see us succeeding it perfectly in this.
Thank you, Jayesh, and namaskaram. Let me first start off by thanking the Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Revant Reddy Garu, as well as the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Bhatti Vikram Mallu Garu, for this opportunity to take part in this historic occasion for the launch of the visionary document Telangana Rising 2047. I think the vision aligns very seamlessly with Prime Minister Modi's ambitious goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047, which is a future where India emerges as a global leader in innovation, sustainability, and development. As India's youngest state, Telangana has already proved itself as a trailblazer in governance, in technology, and as numerous folks have mentioned, inclusive growth. I love this aspiration to become a 3 trillion economy by 2047 and contributing 10% to India's GDP. It's not just a bold vision, but I think it's a very achievable vision. And I think the vision will be powered by the people of Telangana, whose aspirations for better education, healthcare,